tell us more about the findings of your research about digital education?
Yeah, going back to the social media education project, we were contacted by a upper secondary school, gymnasium school in Denmark, and the situation there was like we saw it generally all over the field, that the students was very distracted by others and their own use of digital media, and the teacher didn't know what to do and the students did not know what to do, and so that was the situation. And in our analysis, the problem is that when we have a new communication medium, then our norm system, our standards of how to do socially, haven't been developed to the new communication situation. So therefore, we had this lack of norms, and reaction from the schools was a prohibition. They forbid the use of media. That was one reaction, and the other reaction was to ignore what was happening. And none of these two strategies is good when it's come to develop new norms, new didactics also, that is all right with the new situation. So therefore, in the social media education project, we prohibited the teachers to prohibit the use of any media at all, but also to ignore any media use. Instead, they should try to initiate reflexivity about the use of the media. And then also the teachers had to use social media within their teaching. And we chose that they should use Twitter and Wiki and shared documents. But especially the Twitter communication was very important, and we scraped 30,000 tweets from the class during their 3 years of upper secondary school. So they developed this parallel interaction system, which was a written interaction system, which was parallel to the oral interaction system. And that showed to have many really, really good teaching effects. For example, if they were watching a movie in the class, then every student would have Twitter on their screen, and then they would look at the movie and listen to it, and then they would discuss the movie, asking each other questions about the plot and the persons and what was happening, and the teacher would help them also by giving questions but also answers. So they became this analytical community while watching the movie. And afterwards, all the students have these tweets as notes when they had to write about the movie. And if we compare that to other classes where they were looking at movies, then many of the students would play computer games or buying shoes or doing homework to other classes, or they were sleeping, and nobody were actually paying attention to the movie. But in this teaching design with Twitter, all the students was active under the movie, making shared notes by their discussions, and so that, I think that is really a good example of telling how strongly the digital media can support teaching, not instead of all communication and physical being together, but as a contribution where you can use the new possibilities of the digital media within the teaching. But it takes time to develop these new didactics, and therefore it is very important not to prohibit or ignore the use of, for example, and especially social media, but to integrate them in the teaching.